My name is Raza, as I said, CEO of Integrity Coaching, Training and Consulting. I've been in the construction and entrepreneurial space for the past 10 years. I've been coaching and training businesses in that industry. I've worked with major companies in Victoria and around the world as well. So now I've transitioned into helping businesses and entrepreneurs start their journey. So before we get into it, I'm going to do an activity. I know we're just starting off and everyone's been waiting outside, standing for a while. I want everyone to sort of stand up and sort of get the atmosphere ready for today's event. So everyone seems a bit down. We want to get everyone up and energized and ready for today's event. Okay, so I know some of you guys, everyone's probably already had their coffee, waiting on their lunch, so we should all be energized already. So we're going to do an activity. It's just a small activity just to get everyone in the right vibe for today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with telling you where your left and your right. So we're going to, this is your left. All right, so when I say point towards your left, okay, everyone point towards your left. Yes, and then point towards your right. Okay, so it's going to be the opposite of mine, so don't copy me. Left, all right, and right. Okay, so when I say left, I want everyone to take a step towards your left. When I say right, I want everyone to take a step towards their right. A bit awkward, but we're going to do it just to get everyone physically and mentally prepared for today's program. Okay, so we're going to go left, right, left, right. Cool. Now, when I say left, we're going to take a step towards your left, but we're also going to clap. All right? And when I say right, we're going to take a step towards our right, and we're going to jump up a little bit. Okay? So left, right, jump. All right. Left, right, jump. Awesome. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just to challenge you a bit more. When I say left, we're going to go right. Okay, so remember, when I say left, we're going to go right. And what did we do when we go right? We're going to jump. Okay, and when I say go right, we're going to go left and we're going to clap. All right, let's see who can do it right. Right or left, all right? Left. Good. Okay, right. Left. Right. All right, awesome. Thank you guys. Sit down. Awesome. So the reason I did this activity was, one, to get you guys all energized for today, but it's proven to get you guys mentally ready, you guys need to be physically prepared as well. So got everyone in the right mind frame to listen to today's discussion. Awesome. Thank you. So I wanted to quickly talk about a midlife crisis. Who here has gone through a midlife crisis? Yes, we've got one. Everyone's gone through one. Yes, we've got another one. So usually midlife crisis occurs between the ages of 40 years to 60 years, okay? So the young guys here probably haven't experienced one, but myself, I had my midlife crisis at an early age, at the age of 28, all right? I usually like to be ahead of everyone else and everything, so I had my midlife crisis a bit earlier than everyone else. So midlife crisis occurred at the time of COVID. Everyone remembers COVID? Anyone here in the building industry? Yes? What do you do in the building industry? Build homes? Okay, awesome. So you can relate to me, especially in Victoria. I'm not sure the situation in Brisbane, but it was a very good and then a very bad time for the industry. So the industry peaked. Okay, it skyrocketed. It looked like we're all going to be multi-millionaires in the construction industry, and then it just plummeted. Okay, and everything went expensive, and it was really, really hard to survive in the industry. On the news, we would hear, you know, big builders like Porter Davis and ProBuild, all these builders becoming bankrupt. And I was at a stage, I was at 28, 29, been in the industry for about 5-6 years at that time, started my business, was doing well, enjoyed the boom of COVID, but then I was at a point where everything was getting to me. I didn't know if I want to do this for the rest of my life. So I had my midlife crisis. Okay, before I get into the next one, just this one. This slide talks about that this crisis is still happening right now. Okay, at the moment, there's been around 3,000 companies in the last financial year that went bankrupt. And they're saying it's going to increase and increase. Of course, it's not in the news as much, but it's still happening. And people in the industry are still feeling that. And that is falling on to other industries now, into retail, into other industries. So it's important for us, whether in what business we do, okay, we need to understand why we're doing it. So that's going to be my focus of today's presentation. So at this time, I tried to see why I was in the industry, okay, what I was doing, what I wanted to do. Was this something that I wanted to do long term? Did I want to change my career path? So I came to a conclusion that, look, I need to work on myself. I need to do self-development. I hired a coach. Okay, I did some courses. I attended seminars like you guys are here. Wherever I could learn from, try to learn different things, try to develop myself, read books, listen to podcasts, actually implemented what I learned, because we do listen and receive a lot of information, but we don't implement. Tried to implement and make a change in my life. And that's where I started understanding the concept of why. Okay, why is really, really important to understand. Okay, so let's get to the next slide. Okay, so we're going to do another activity, but you guys can sit down. You don't need to stand up. I want everyone to close their eyes for a couple of seconds. Keep your eyes closed and I'll tell you what to do, okay? Don't worry, I'm not going to hypnotize you. I don't know how to do that. There are people that can, but I'm not going to hypnotize you. So everyone's got their eyes closed, and I want you to visualize. Visualize what you do for your business or in your life. What do you do? Okay, remember the what. This is the what. Okay, so if I was to ask myself, what do? I coach, train, and consult businesses. Okay? All right, now I want you to think about the how. How do you do it? How do you do what you do? What are your processes? How do I do my one? I do seminars. I do one-on-one coaching. I do training events. I do keynote presentations like today. That's my how. Now a hard question, which we really don't always think about. Okay, I want you guys to think of this. The why. Why do you do what you do? It's a difficult question which we don't normally ask ourselves. We know what we do. When we meet someone, they ask us, what do you do? Okay, but we need to know why we do it. So think about your why. Is it your family? It has to be greater than money, all right? So if you're thinking money, take that out and throw that in the bin, all right? It needs to be greater than money. Why do you do what you do? Cool. You can open your eyes up. Awesome. Does anyone want to share why they do what they do? No one? Yes? What was your name, sir?
Leah.
Leah? Yep, Leah?
I worked on my why some time ago, and my why is to join with the other magicians in the world to restart the heart of this planet.
Perfect. Awesome. Can we give a clap? That's amazing. Anyone else? Yes? Your name?
Simran.
Simran, yes?
My why is 3 values, which are impact, opportunity, and legacy.
Perfect. I think that aligns quite well with today's program. Awesome. We give a clap to... Anyone else? Cool. I'll share my why. Okay, very briefly. My why is huge, all right? But our goal to help entrepreneurs succeed by doing business the right way with integrity. Okay, so I understood that many people are doing businesses, whether it's construction or whatever business it is, retail, but they're not doing it the right way. I wanted to be able to train people and teach them to do business with integrity. Okay, cool. So Simon Sinek, have you heard of Simon Sinek? Yes, very well-known self-development person. He talks about the why. In his book, he says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. They don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So he's talked about this principle called the golden circle. If If you've heard of Simon Sinek, you've probably heard about the golden circle. Okay, this golden circle is very important, and he introduces this concept. He says that many organizations and individuals focus on their what and their how. These are the most obvious layers of action that we do. Okay, so as I said, when it might have been a bit of tricky for you to find out what your why is. It's an activity that we all need to do, and it can change over time, okay, but it can revolve around the same values and principles. As you sort of expand your entrepreneurial journey and your personal self-development journey, you can sort of refine your why. But many organizations, they are just between the first two layers of your how and your what, but they don't know their why. The organizations that do know their why, they are the ones that are able to make an impact. They're able to succeed more and achieve more, because they understand there's a deeper purpose and cause which drives people to buy from them, okay? Because that's the ultimate goal that people have in business, right? Is people to buy from them. But if we understand our why, that will eventually happen. So we said that why is what you do. This is the product or service or the role you fulfill. Anyone want to give me an example of what industry that they're in? Any business that they do? Something different to construction or what we talked about before? Okay, someone's selling cars. Okay, what do they do? Okay, they sell cars. That's what they do. Okay, that's a product. That's a service that they provide. And how do they do it? They do it by, they have a car showroom, a couple of car showrooms, online, marketplace. That's how they do it. But why do they do it? What could be a why for someone that's selling cars? Anyone want to think of a why? A why has to be greater than the purpose of them selling cars and making money, right? Their why is to be able to provide people with a means of transport from one place to the other, okay? That could be a why. It could be a greater purpose to be able to make people join together in harmony, for example, okay? To be able to connect. Their mission could be to help people connect. That could be their why. Most businesses and individuals start from the outside, okay? They start from the what and the how. Then they focus on their why. When they begin to understand their why, you can connect on a deeper and emotional level with people, building trust and long-lasting success. Okay, so the power of the why. So we've looked at the recent iPhone launch. Who's an iPhone person? Put your hand up. Yes? Oh, we don't have many iPhone people in here. It's Samsung? Yes, that's me as well. Samsung. So you guys, I'm not an Apple person, but I was just so surprised. I'm just been studying how Apple works, and there hasn't been any significant change in the new product. But people are already pre-ordering, buying like crazy. And one of the reasons I think is important is because Apple always defines their why. Okay, they don't just sell phones. Okay, they're not like any other phone company. They always define their why in their branding, in their presentation. They talk about their why. Okay, they say their why is to challenge the status quo and inspire creativity.